Hey boys and girls, welcome back to Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch. And in the last episode, we actually saved the Golden Grove, met a new familiar, also known as Ivern, but in the original series he was named Groot. And he was actually one of my very favorite familiars throughout the entire game, since he basically got the most use. Although there is another character that I believe his name was Bruce, which was a big old dino guy, but we can't get him until we can actually fly around. So until then, we won't be able to actually get him, but other than that, we fought off with another major guardian in the last one. So with that, we can actually finally make our way into the second major town of the game, and we will eventually be meeting our first party member. And I believe her name was Esther. But here we go, Alma Moon, Court of Kaulimpa. And what a glorious time it is, because now we officially are in a new place, and I'll see you guys very shortly.
Ding Dong Dell, huh?
Well, of course it flipping is. It's slap bang in the middle of the desert for a start.
What's that delicious smell?
That's the babanas, innit? Babanas are what Alma Moon's famous for, see? You never eaten a fruit like it. Gorgeous they are. Tell you what, I'm starving. Fancy a babana split?
Really? They're that good, huh? Wow.
Too flipping right they are. This place was built on the babana trade. There's tasty fruit.
Okay, let's try some.
And with that, we're on a little side tangent. And, well, I guess we can go get ourselves a banana split. That's basically what it is. Babanas are basically bananas in this world. And honestly, that sounds really good right now. I haven't had a banana split in probably 8 years? 10 years? I don't even know how long. It's been a long time. I like root beer floats, though. I've had that recently, but that sounds really good, though, to have right now, honestly. But with that, let's continue. Before we go babanas, though, we should try and find this Rashad, ain't it? It's what we came here after all for. You're right. We should ask around and find out if anybody knows him. True. We did come here to try and find a great sage, and Rashad was his name, so hopefully we can find him soon. But there's only so far he could be, right? Excuse me, sir. Do you know where I can find the great sage Rashad? The great sage Rashad? It's a long time since he was called by that name. These days you would better to ask after Rashad, seller babanas. He sells babanas? You mean he's not a sage anymore? Strange. But getting him to teach me about magic was our whole reason of coming here. There's worrying still. We were after the babana split anyway, so we might as well stop by and see what ain't it. True. I guess. Okay, let's go find Rashad. And with that, let's go meet ourselves a great sage, since now we know he's actually in town, and apparently he's the babana seller. That's a hard word to say. Honestly, I just want to call him banana seller, but here we go. And here he is, the great sage Rashad. Hey buddy, long time no see.
Excuse me.
And I'll be right back again.
Yes, I am.
Mr. Rashad, sir, I need you to teach me magic. I need you to teach me the most powerful spells there are, so I can defeat Shadar.
Defeat Shadar? You?
Yes, sir.
Your journey has been wasted. I no longer practice the magic arts.
Huh? But why not? I thought you were one of the 4 great sages who knows everything there is to know about magic.
It matters not what I was. I use magic no more.
Is she... What do you want? Who are you? Jeepers.
The poor thing's broken-hearted, looks like.
Shadar stole a piece of her heart. It was my fault. I defied him, and to punish me, he did this. That is why I fight no longer. I cannot risk my child's life. I will not. We must accept our fate and live out our days in peace.
Mr. Rashad, sir, you're wrong. She wouldn't want this. She's not in pain because a piece of her heart was stolen. It's because you gave up fighting. Because you gave up on everything. That's why she's in pain.
You are sure of this?
Yes, I am.
I see. I see now that you would say anything to enlist my aid.
Huh?
Begone! Leave us in peace.
You're making a mistake. I wasn't trying to...
Well, he wasn't wrong. It looks like Shaddar's stolen a part of the poor dab's heart.
Then we have to help her. We have to make her heart whole again.
Nah, looks like, I said. This is different.
Huh?
Her heart's not just broken, it's closed.
Closed? What does that mean?
It's like this, see? She's not just had a part of her heart stolen, she's closed it up tight too, to keep the rest safe like. So, before we can think about replacing what's missing, we'll have to open it back up again, innit?
And how do we do that?
We go to your world. If we find whoever she's connected to by there, we can work out what's going on with her by here. So, we head over your way and find her soulmate.
Alright, let's do it.
Righto, back to your world it is.
And with that, we're officially going back to the other world. And as you saw, we actually have our first close-hearted character. So we're going to be seeing that quite a lot throughout the story, because that's the whole reason why you would ever go back to the normal world. Or if, unless kind of like King Tom, where you have to try and find out where they went. But we have our first close-hearted unit, and this is actually going to be our first playable character that's other than Oliver. And her name's Esther. She can actually tame familiars. She's actually going to be a really good unit to have. But the only thing is we need to save her first. But let's actually talk to her a little bit. Who are you? That's all she's got for us. Well, let's cast Gateway and let's go back home. Back to Motorville. And let's see what's going on in our world. And I guess we'll find out very shortly how bad it really is once we get back there. Looks like everything's still the same. Good. So, where to start the search, eh? You remember how this works, ain't it, Ollie boy? It's all about spotting the similarities. Someone round by here is someone who has similar to the young Esther in some way. Now, what girls do you know? Girls. We only know one, and that's that, Starry Mary girl. But other than that, I don't think Oliver knows anybody. I don't really talk to girls. I mainly talk to Phil. Crikey, well that's no good, is it? How are we going to do this, then? I'm sure there's somebody she reminds me of. Can't quite put your finger on it, is it? Never mind. If brain work doesn't work, leg work will. Let's go for a stroll round town, and see if we can spot Esther's soulmate. That way shall we. Okay, Mr. Drippy. Let's go find that girl. And with that, we're officially going to meet her soulmates. And I actually said who it was, because it actually is Starry Mary, of all characters. That was the whole reason why they actually showed her in the very beginning of the game, to kind of tell you about her. So, let's actually start making our way over there, and let's go find her, because that's actually who her soulmate is. So, let's go see wherever she is. I believe she was right around this area, though, right near his garage, but kind of not at the same time. Hey, I just thought... what's up, man? You having a nice time thinking about girls, is it? Huh? No, when I used to come here to Phil's garage, there was a girl. She was always looking at us from her window. From her window, eh? Sounds like a proper shrinking violet. I guess so. That's the window up there. And there's her soulmates. Just like that, staring at us through that window. But, honestly, she doesn't look like she's like Esther, though. That's the weird thing, because Esther's not moving. She's still kind of reacting, which is kind of weird. Oh, that's her, Mr. Drippy. Flipping heck, Ollie boy. Why didn't you think of her straight away? She's a spitting image of her man. Very true on that one. Huh? Of who? Who'd you flipping think, you blockhead? The great sage's daughter, ain't it? The one who's obviously her flipping soulmate. Isn't that obvious? I never noticed. You sure have good eyes, Mr. Drippy. She was only in the window for a second. Never underestimate the razor-sharp eyes of a fairy, my boy. Spot a speck of dust on the head of a pin, I could. Anyway, it's her, and no mistake. Let's go and barge our way into her bedroom. Okay. That doesn't sound like a good idea, but we could try it. I don't think this is going to be a good thing, but I guess we could just blast right into her house. Just kick in the door like we're a couple of Payday 2 robbers, and see if we can get her to come out and escort her to the nice money scheming van. It's no good. There's no answer. Is there something the matter, dear? There's nobody home, you know. No, there definitely is. We saw the girl through the window. Don't say that. That's a complete lie. I need to speak to the girl who lives here. Your friend of Myrtle's. Oh, the poor dear. You must be awfully worried about her. Huh? Oh, my, you haven't heard. Well, just between you and I, things haven't been going well for Myrtle's family lately. How come? Her father works every hour of every single day. Nothing but work, work, work. He's never at home anymore. Such a shame. Rusty was always such a devoted father. But something has happened to him. He changed. I hear him shouting at them through the walls. I don't know how poor Betty copes, let alone young Myrtle. Such a shame. Betty is... That's right, dear. She's Rusty's wife. She's every bit as devoted to him as she always was. Why, only the morning I heard her promising to bring his lunch to him, down at the garage. All the love she pours into those sandwiches. It's enough to break your heart. Why, I'm welling up just thinking about it. Such a kind soul, poor Betty. I have half a mind to tell that Rusty Cartwright just how lucky he is. Jeepers. Oh, just listen to me gossiping on and on. Do ignore me, dear. I'm just a silly old woman. Say hello to Myrtle for me, won't you? Okay, we could definitely do that. Crikey, sounds like things are none too rosy in Cartwright household, eh? Mr. Drippy, we can't leave her like that. We have to help her. We have to help Myrtle. That's easier said than done, honey boy. She's not coming out for a chat, and we're not getting in unless we magicking the door open. You're right. We should use magic to open the door. I'm the only one who knows how. I'm the only one who can go in there and speak to her. You sure you want to be doing this, Mun? When Mom died, if you hadn't taken me over to your world when I thought I was all alone, if you hadn't helped me, I'd still be alone right now. That's why we have to help Myrtle. If we don't, she'll be left staring out the window forever, all alone. That's a justification enough for a bit of breaking and entering in my book. Let's get in there. Okay, Mr. Drippy. And with that, let's make our way into Myrtle's home. If we even can, if that's the case. I reckon the door might be open with a bit of magic, Ollie boy. You know the spell I mean, don't you? Unlocks doors, that is, ain't it? And let's do ourselves a nice spring lock. And hopefully this actually works, because who honestly knows at this point? It won't open. Oh, I was actually very surprised about that one. Hey, that's a proper weird. A rubbish little lock like that should have popped undone easy peasy. What's wrong, Mr. Drippy? It's this door, Mun. There's an evil power protecting it. Your spell didn't fail, it was repelled by a malevolent force. What? Repelled? Jeepers. Must be the girl, ain't it? She is the soulmate of the sage's daughter, after all. You think? So, what do we do? I'll tell you what we don't do. Carrying on trying to get in by the front door. It's not exactly polite just barging into people's houses anyway. You're right. I guess we'll have to find some other way. Well, I don't know any other way about going other than right through the front door, but I guess we could just make our way to the left. Oh, hey, look who it is. It's P. That was... Well, she's waving us over to her house. P. Hey, maybe. Hey, what's going on, Ollie boy? Maybe P knows something. Hey, what the flipping heck's going on? He still doesn't even know. Hang on, you're not going to suggest we smash the door down, are you, Ollie boy? What would your mom think of behaving like that, eh? I love his little things, tangents. I've never actually thought of talking to him in the original series, because I thought that it would just be like stuff that's like pre-coded, like stuff he'd normally just talk about. Like, he would have like a couple set dialogues, but he actually has some pretty funny dialogues that are coded in for specific events. And I love how we could check that every now and again. But let's talk to P. Oliver, you have to go in there. Okay, let's try going in. It's open. Huh, apparently P can open up doors, too. How the flip? Did you do another spell on it or something? No, it wasn't me. It was P. And he still doesn't even know about P, I think. Huh, where's she? Never mind all that. Let's get in there, shall we? There's a damsel in distress up there, man. True. So, I believe this is a cutscene, so I'll be right back, boys and girls. See you very soon.
Who are you?
My name's Oliver. Don't worry, I'm not crazy. I'm a kid from right here in Motorville. Just like you.
I know. I've seen you.
You have?
I'm sick. I can't leave this room. If I go outside, it hurts. So all I can do is look out at the world from my window.
That's why they call her Stary Mary. Shh! Don't worry, man. No one can hear me but you. I can talk as loud as I want.
Yes, that's why they call me Stary Mary.
Huh?
Crikey, can she hear me?
That's what they call me around here. But you knew that already, huh? I bet you think I'm weird, don't you?
No, I don't.
It's okay. I don't mind. You should go before my father comes home.
Oi, come here a sec. This is proper weird. I've looked as hard as I know how, but she doesn't seem sick at all. She's as fit as a fiddle, in fact.
You mean you can tell?
I'm Lord High Lord of the Fairies, and of course I can tell.
So what is wrong with her?
Well, whatever sickness she had might be gone, but something still got a hold over the poor dab.
What is it?
Oh, nothing. I'm gonna come see you again. Okay, Myrtle?
Huh?
Well, if you can't leave your room, I'll come to you instead. That way we can be friends. How does that sound?
Oliver, you can't.
Huh?
My father won't allow it. You should leave.
But Myrtle...
And just like that, we officially met her soulmates. And I'm actually not used to hearing, because she looks just like Esther, and that's the whole point. But I'm so used to her being called Esther, so hearing the name Myrtle is just something you don't hear, because although Myrtle is the soulmate, she has actually not very much of a main character. She's more of like a side plot character, kind of like we'll talk to her for this chapter, and then we'll kind of like see her every now and again throughout the game. But we won't she won't be like a main character like Esther is. So it's weird hearing her being called Myrtle, because as I'm saying, she looks exactly like her. But yeah, she definitely doesn't seem sick. She does seem brokenhearted though, so maybe I was wrong on that part. But let's do this. It's just like you said, Mr. Drippy. It's almost like Myrtle and Esther are the same person. Ain't it though? There could be twins, man. I knew they were soulmates the moment I laid eyes on her. But she ain't broken-hearted. There's something else stopping her from getting better. It must be her parents. Her family is. If that old gossip is to be believed, yes. It sounds like her folks ain't getting on too well. But are family squabbles really the kind of thing we want to be getting mixed up in, Ollie boy? Maybe not, but we have to help Myrtle. Family is important. It's everything. Well, since you put it like that, go on then. Let's help the poor dab out. Next stop, Rusty's shop. Let's go, Mr. Drippy. And with that, let's actually head over to Rusty's shop. And I actually do remember what Rusty looks like. Funny thing is, the soulmates when it comes to Myrtle, the soulmate for Rashad is Rusty, which is kind of funny. And they're very, very, very similar looking. I like how some characters are straight up like, they look exactly like their soulmates, and then some characters, it's only through personalities, which is kind of funny. But with that, let's continue. This here must be Rusty's garage. I got a bad feeling in my lantern about this. You'd best make sure you're good and ready before you go in. Okay, Mr. Drippy. And I believe he's telling us that for a reason, so usually he doesn't say to be ready for something unless you really need to be. So I'm saying that we should probably be careful here. So let's check our items, make sure there's nothing we can throw on, and I guess get ready for a fight, because I'm pretty sure we got ourselves into one. Let's do a nice save, and let's do this. Okay, well, actually, what is the chapter called? The Broken-Hearted Girl. Head for Rusty's garage. Okay, seems easy enough. Into Rusty's garage we go, and I'll be right back after this cutscene. Oh, I guess there wasn't a cutscene. I actually expected that to be a cutscene because... okay. This must be Rusty's garage, oddly boy. And that must be him over by there. I guess so. Yeah, I thought that was a cutscene. I guess I was wrong. Excuse me, sir. Are you Myrtle's father? I came to ask about her.
Can't you see I'm busy? Beat it, kid. And what's that swirling round him? Nah, can't be.
Oh, there's his, wife there. What was her name? I forgot actually what it was, because I didn't put it into my memory to actually remember it. Oops. Betty, okay. Honey, I brought you lunch.
Not this again. I'm not hungry.
But honey, if you don't eat, you'll get sick.
Oh. I said I'm not hungry.
And his eyes look, something out of Naruto, honestly, if I'll be honest. Honestly, I've only seen, like, I think one season of that, and that reminds me of the whole, like, I don't know what it's called. There's, like, a little eye thing that some characters have. I think it's when they're, there's a certain clan in it or something like that. And if you join the clan, your eye becomes, like, really messed up looking. But it means, like, you're, like, a part of it or something like that. But that's basically what that reminds me of. But I'll stop going on that tangent because I honestly don't know anything about Naruto, to be honest. That's the only thing I know. Okay, honey. Look after yourself, please. Poor old girl. Well, see you later, Betty, I guess. Sorry that, this guy is proper you-know-what. So, that was Myrtle's mom, huh?
You two, get out of here, before I throw you out.
But, sir, he does not look happy.
Crikey, looking at those eyes, man. Broken as heck his heart is.
He's heartbroken, but he's not from your world, Mr. Drippy.
Let's worry about that later for now. We know what the problem is. We need to mend Rusty's broken heart, ain't it?
I guess we do. Don't worry, sir. We're going to help you.
Eek. You're flipping kidding me, man. A flipping nightmare. Now we're in for it.
A nightmare? You mean like a bad dream?
Nah, man, much worse. A nightmare is an evil spirit that latches onto the broken-hearted. See that black misty stuff? That's how you know. Darn it, honey boy, this mist is getting stronger and darker. That can only mean one thing, and it ain't good news.
Okay, well, I believe I remember what nightmares were, and nightmares are a new type of enemy, which are boss-like enemies. So, nightmares are kind of like guardians. There's only a couple of them, and they're proper nasty monsters to deal with. And they're not going to be friendly whatsoever. Rusty's nightmare, void of kindness. And with that, we're officially in our first nightmare fight. And this is actually going to be a really good fight for Groot, I think. Could be wrong, but honestly, I think Groot's faster. So I'm going to just go into Groot now, just to save us some movement. Try and get him to attack. So what we want to do is try and kind of like force him to attack and then attack him back, kinda. That's basically what we want to do, because we can't really run if he's able to attack us. Okay, let's use our water bomb since he's doing something himself. 3, 2, 1. Get ready for his hard attack. I think that's an attack, so might as well try to evade it if we can. Missed us completely, no damage taken. Okay, since he dropped some little green glims, I'm going to grab that real quick. Drop him with another water bomb. Teleport back to Oliver. Okay, then go into Little Spook. Because honestly, Julian, although he's good in his own way, I honestly don't... Uh-oh. Drop out, because that's poison damage. We don't want to get hit by that. Okay, I think that can still hit us as long as we walk into that, so we want to be careful. Okay, so let's try and do a little bit of stuff as we can. Do a little bit of damage. Knocked him back. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Crits are always nice. Okay, so crits are the counterattacks then. I was just getting confused. Okay, hard heart. I forgot the little balls he dropped actually does damage to you. Evade, drop any kind of damage that does, because honestly, spells do a lot of damage, and if you can't block spells, you're not going to have a nice time with them, so let's make sure that we don't get hit too hard by those. Okay, let's use one healing touch just to raise our HP again. Okay, perfect. Let's do some nice little Ivern damage, since we got the chance to, since he's not going to be chasing us down right now. And when you hit him, he actually seems to drop little balls of darkness that actually deal damage to you. So it seems like I was right on us using our spells instead. Use our evade now. Perfect. Dodged him completely. Thankfully, I know how evasion works in this game, so I actually can use that to a major way. Okay, let's actually use Oliver for this one, because it seems like his is actually really strong. Burning Hearts, big old damage to Rusty's Nightmare here, and this should be, maybe we could do like 150 damage here, depending on how good its magical defense is. It seems like it's not too high, so honestly any kind of damage we can do is perfect. Okay, we don't really need the Glim, so we can just throw Groot out, I guess. And then do a little bit of a water bomb. We can tank one if he hits us. Thankfully he didn't. We'll leave that on the ground still. And then he's using Foul Fumes. We can just stay away from him and not have to deal with that. Just keep doing water bombs. Keep evading him. Keep kiting him. Make sure we can do any kind of freebies. Kite him a little bit there. Perfect. Now we can use our water bomb again. There's our last one for now. Get ready for Hard Heart. 3, 2, 1. And perfect. That was actually a perfect evade, I think. Like, maybe like half a millisecond off. And we would have gotten hit there. Okay, I'm gonna actually try and grab these real quick since we could still get some good, oh, we can actually, oh, you still recharge even if, okay, that's actually good to know. I actually did not know that. Okay, I'm gonna use a fireball here since we can't use, Ivern for the moment. Yeah, it still does about the same damage. Let's just do a couple hits here, and then we can go in for our final couple smacks here. We can't use our buddy Ivern here to block, so let's just defend ourselves. And let's see what kind of damage this does when you actually do get hit, even if you're defending. Oh, 5 damage isn't bad, but he blinded us. And that's the reason why you want to use spells on this guy, I think. Because I think if we use a fireball here, we still hit him. Yep, it does. Okay, so I was right. So Groot and Oliver are perfect for this fight. Because now that we're blinded, our accuracy's been dropped almost completely. Kind of like how, what do you call it? If we were using the sand attack ability that Little Spook can learn, we wouldn't really be able to do much. But thankfully, he was pretty low enough to where the blindness wasn't too much of a bad factor in attacking him. Because he only had about 15 HP left. And down goes our very first Nightmare fight. And we got all our HP and mana back, which is perfect. Level 11 for Oliver, level 11 for Julian, and level 9 for Ivern. I almost called him Groot. I'm so used to him being actually called Groot. And honestly, I love this little guy, and now we actually have healing tier for him, so now we can heal our allies now. And that's going to be helpful, but we can also heal ourselves. Honey!
Betty, stay away from me.
His heart's still broken. Yeah, it is.
Course it is. We only got rid of the Nightmare one. Mending his heart's a whole nother problem.
Mr. Drippy, these nightmares, just what are they?
Well, they're sort of like beasties, only they're born from broken hearts. and they latch onto them and sort of possess them, see.
And Shadar is behind the nightmares too? Well, maybe.
Look at him, Ollie boy. Him and Rashad are like peas in the same pod, ain't it? What Shadar's done is he's got the better of Rashad over in our world by attacking his soulmate over by here in your world.
That's just awful. He's attacking people in my world now.
Looks like it, eh? And if we don't mend his heart, he might get taken by another nightmare. We need to sort this out, Ollie boy. You saw what he was like before, ain't it? It's pretty obvious that he was missing is a man-sized helping of kindness.
Kindness? Jeez.
That's right. Anyone overflowing with the milk of a human kindness bring to mind, Ollie boy.
A real kind person? Huh.
Honey, oh please, are you okay? Talk to me, please.
Well, sometimes the thing you're looking for plunks itself down right by your doorstep. There's lucky.
I guess so. And thankfully Betty is a kind-hearted person, so that actually opens up a whole new piece of heart for us to use. Kindness. Instead of just having enthusiasm, we can now use kindness to help people. And let's ask her if we can use some of it. Excuse me, ma'am.
Oh, why you're Allie's son?
Yes, that's right. I have something to ask you. Mrs. Cartwright, could I borrow a little bit of your kindness?
I'm sorry, dear, I don't think I quite...
I need it to make Mr. Cartwright better. Please, I need it so that I can help him.
I really don't have the first idea what you're talking about. But if it stands even the smallest chance of helping my husband, then sure, I'll do it.
Thank you so much, Miss Cartwright. And with that, let's take ourselves a little bit of kindness. Adding a whole new type of piece of heart to our locket entirely. The warm fuzzy gift of generosity. You've obtained some kindness. And just like that, we can actually help out a whole new group of people.
What did you do? I feel almost warm inside.
Tidy, this means it worked, ain't it? Now give it to Rusty. There's a good lad.
Okay. And let's go give it to Rusty then. You definitely need a nice chill pill, buddy. Just gonna be honest.
Betty, just leave me alone, will you? Come on, mun. Hurry up and hand over their kindness before we have another flipping nightmare on our hands.
Okay. Yeah, we can definitely do that. We don't need another nightmare on our hands. And who knows if the next one will be stronger than the last one, if he were to spawn another one. And let's give him some kindness, because he definitely needs some of it. Because him fighting his wife is definitely not what he normally would do, based on him lacking a lot of kindness there.
What are you doing?
Trying to help you, buddy. You feeling better now, Rusty? And his eye color changed completely, too. It was completely red before, and now it's back to blue. That really does do some weird stuff, doesn't it?
Honey, oh honey.
Betty, what am I doing here? Did you do something with your hair?
Oh, Rusty, you're looking very handsome yourself, honey.
Tidy, it worked. My Richard Blissey. There's lovely.
Excuse me, not now. Not now, buddy.
Oi, what do you think you're doing? This is no time to be interrupting. Let's just leave them to it, and go and tell Myrtle everything's back to normal, with our folks, shall we?
I guess you're right. Let's go. Okay, let's go head out to Myrtle and go see how she's doing now. Although she's not going to know exactly what's happened yet, but we can at least let her know that her father's feeling a lot better now. Although she would probably have to see it firsthand, because she's probably terrified of her father at the moment, due to the fact that he's been yelling at the mom for a long time. But I'll be right back since we got ourselves a cutscene, so BRB, boys and girls.
Oliver, what is it?
Well,
if my father sees you, he'll...
Myrtle, come with me.
Huh?
You can go outside now. You're not sick anymore.
I can't, Oliver. Just thinking about going out there gives me goosebumps.
Myrtle.
Oh.
Go on out and play, Myrtle.
But, Father...
Sweetheart, I am so sorry. I don't know what happened to me. I wasn't there when you were sick, when you needed me, And I was fighting with your mother the whole time. I guess maybe the thing that was keeping you closed up in here, maybe it was me.
Father.
You were scared somewhere deep down that if you went away, even for a little while, your mother and I would lose the one thing keeping us together. That we wouldn't be a family anymore. I'm right, aren't I? That's why you were. Something deep inside you wouldn't let you leave the house.
Father,
It's all right, sweetheart. Your mother and I, it's gonna be okay.
Father.
Please, Myrtle. Please forgive me.
Oh, I do. Daddy, I do.
Are those tears, Bunting?
Huh? No, they're not.
So much for you being honest.
Oliver? Hmm? I'm going to try. I'm going to go outside. Will you come with me? Myrtle. Myrtle! I did it! Oliver, I did it! I'm outside! I'm outside!
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oliver, thank you so much.
And with that, we officially helped out this whole family. And just like that, hopefully it'll help out in the other world, since all of these people seem to be soulmates. Other than, we don't know who the soulmate for the mother would be, but at least we helped out a little bit here, at least. I'm so happy for you, Myrtle.
I couldn't have done it without you, Oliver. I'm going to go outside every day from now on. I'll go to school again and meet new people and buy new clothes. It's so strange, I was so scared to come outside, but now I feel brave. I feel like I could do anything.
Listen to her, man. All of a sudden she's got more courage than you can shake a stick at it. I can feel it from all the way over by here.
Oh, we actually have a completely other type of piece of heart. I actually didn't think of that. Huh. She does, huh? Mr. Drippy, there's someone in Alma Moon who could really use some courage. Some of that courage.
Nice thinking, Ollie boy. A drop of Myrtle's newfound bravery is just what we need to kickstart your young professor's recovery.
Is something the matter, Oliver?
Myrtle, I know a girl who's just like you, and she's going through something terrible.
Huh?
You're so brave. I wanted to know if you'd let me give her some of your courage to this girl to help her and to help her family.
Of course, but how do we do that?
We use magic, and I know just the spell.
Magic? You're an interesting boy, Oliver. But sure, go ahead.
Alright, close your eyes.
Like this.
And let's take herself a little piece of courage. And that adds 2, technically, pieces of heart to our locket. And now we have 3 whole pieces that we can use now. The stout and sturdy force of fearlessness. You've obtained some courage.
It feels warm. My heart, it feels warm.
That means the magic worked. Thank you so much. Myrtle, now my friend can finally start getting better.
I'm glad.
Right-o, Ollie boy. We've got some courage to deliver, ain't it? Let's get going.
Sure. Myrtle, I have to go now.
Wish your friend luck for me. Won't you, Oliver? I hope she gets better soon.
Thanks, Myrtle. I will.
See you soon, Oliver.
See you soon indeed, Myrtle. Actually, to be completely honest, I don't... Yeah, Myrtle wasn't even in the Ni no Kuni movie when I was talking about that. Now I think about it, she wasn't even in the movie, so I don't know whatever happened to Esther, Swain, Myrtle, or Marcuson. the only person you see in that movie from this game is Oliver. You don't even see Mr. Drippy, so I actually do wonder what ended up happening to all of them, because he's the only one that makes an appearance in that movie. I'm so used to these being games, I'm not used to there being movies, and that's actually cool. I hope they continue doing that, because I don't know how long they'll, because the English division of Level 5 went out of business due to COVID, and due to them not doing well. And I hope they continue making games in English, because Crossworlds is out. I believe it's in beta, so I don't think it's out completely, but it's only in Japanese, and you can only play it in Japan right now. So I would hope that once the game's all set and ready, they'll translate it and then transfer it over to the, for anyone else to play. I don't know how many, countries actually have access to... Actually, I think it's actually translated in pretty much every language, actually, now I think of it, so I guess you would still be able to play it. I think there's a couple missing languages. All the major countries can play this, because they actually have the translations and everything for major countries. But I would hope that they would at least do that for Crossworlds, because it looks interesting, and I would like to play it. Maybe even do a small series on it. I don't think it's going to be anything too big, because I don't know if there's any story to the game. But I would like to at least check it out for a series, at least, once everything's kind of it's more set in place and maybe has a translation. If it doesn't, I might still try and find a way to play it. Just to play, maybe an episode of it, just to see how the game is, how it kind of, how everything works with it and everything. So hopefully that game actually gets translated, because I actually really want to play it, because it looks fun. There's PvP battles between other players and stuff like that. It's just a whole new world when it comes to the Ni no Kuni universe. So I definitely would hope that the English translations and every other translation is gonna continue, because if it's gone for good, I'm actually gonna be pretty sad, because I've really liked these games. These are my favorite games, so if I have to learn Japanese to play the next game, then I might end up doing that at this point, if there's gonna be no chance of being able to play them again, because that's going to be really sad if there's no new games that are translated to play, because I only know English. I know a little bit of French, and I know a little bit of Spanish, but I'm not fluent in them. So if I have to learn a whole new language, it's going to probably take me a while, but I would probably do it if I have to, if I want to play my favorite series. So let's actually talk to Esther and see what's going on here. Here she is. Oliver?
Huh? Tidy, it's just like I thought. We've opened her heart back up again. You can mend it for now. You can mend it for her now.
Don't worry. This will only take a moment. I'm going to give you, Myrtle's courage, okay?
Yep, her heart's wide open. Just fire in that courage and bombs your uncle.
And with that, let's just give her a little piece of courage. And we should be pretty much done here. And we should be getting ourselves our very first ally to our team, other than Mr. Drippy, but Mr. Drippy's not a playable character. But I don't think this cutscene's actually that long, so I'll let this kind of go, because I remember this not being too long.
Where am
but
I?
honestly, this game gives you the feels, and it's usually in a good way. There's some sad moments, like the whole part with Myrtle and her father, and seeing them completely break down. But then you have the little hilarity in the background. If you saw Drippy, he actually put on one of Myrtle's hats, and it was too big for him, so it was kind of drooping over his head. It was kind of funny in the background. But I just thought of mentioning it now, since I didn't get to mention it earlier, because I was wanting to bring it up.
It is you who taught me this.
No problem, Mr. Rashad. I hope that now that she's back in working order, you don't have to worry as much anymore about using magic now.
When the clarion rings out across the land once more.
The clarion?
Oh, it's an old
I forgot what the
story from way
clarion
back,
actually
buddy.
is.
Back when the world was at peace,
Okay.
Of our world.
Well, it looks like this cutscene's a little bit longer than I thought, but I'll be right back then, if it is going to be longer than I thought. But the clarion? Okay, I'll be back.
How long is it now since the call of the clarion was heard?
Not since the three kings got into a right old potch and fell out, I heard.
It's up to us. The clarion will ring out again, and we will be the ones to play it.
Very well, daughter. Let us do our best. Let us help Oliver in his fight.
Thank you so much, Mr. Rashad, sir.
Yeah, sorry about that. I actually didn't expect that cutscene to be as long as it was. If I knew it was longer, I would have cut the camera and just let you guys chill with it. But the Clarion, huh. So apparently we're going to need the Clarion and actually, in order to fight off with Shadar. I actually completely forgot about that thing. I believe it's a type, it's like a trumpet kind of, but it's able to like get rid of black mist that's surrounding the area that Shadar is located in, and we can't actually get to him until we actually have this Clarion like horn thing. That, because the thing is apparently that black mist is like poisonous or something like that, or it doesn't let you go further or into the where you're trying to go. It's basically like a protective barrier that keeps you from actually going into Shadar's lair, basically, for the most part. But let's continue. Let me come with you, Oliver. I want to help you fight Shadar. I have a familiar to help me just like you. Here, boy. And we officially are about to get ourselves a familiar tamer, and she will be able to give us any familiar we want on the map, as long as you fight them a couple times and you get them to pop their little hearts out, because in order to actually get them, you have to fight them, and then once you fight them, they'll actually like you because they think you're a strong like tamer, and they'll actually join you. So we'll actually be able to get new familiars with this guy, and girl. I was talking about the little, what do you call it? I don't know why, but I was thinking about the little, I think his name's Drongo, I think. But, yeah, with Esther, we can actually finally tame familiars, and that's going to be really cool, because there's a bunch of really cool familiars in this game. It's going to be like Pokemon. You can collect anything you want, and anything you don't want, you can just leave it behind if you really want to. But, let's do this. Oh, you can fight with familiars too, Esther.
Indeed she can. Esther's talent lies in the training and handling of familiars. So she's more of a familiar keeper than a wizard, is it? Fair enough. Useful folks to have around they are.
This is my Drongo. His name is Gogo. Say hello, Gogo. Hello, Gogo. Welcome to the team. Esther and a familiar have joined your party. And with that, we have our first official party member, and we can actually swap between Oliver and Esther now, and use any of the familiars that they have, but you have to use the ones that are set to them, though. You can't just use Oliver's familiars on Esther, unless you transfer them over to Esther. Basically that. But it's cool to have it in general.
Tidy! Now that that's settled, let's get down to business. You remember what the young Oliver came here for, ain't it, Rashad?
Mr. Drippy.
I do. You wish to learn the arts of the sages, do you not?
Yes, sir.
Then you will need these spells.
Let's see here. We got ourselves puppet string. Let's see if I can read it. It's really small on my screen. It's small for you guys, too. Make stones and statues move like marionettes. The spell allows you to manipulate any object as if it were a puppet on a string. From moving boulders out of your way to having dolls pull distant levers. It uses the what is that? I don't even know what that is. A manifold? The manifold? Note that the puppet string may only be used to control inanimate objects. Any attempt to use the spell on a diary the actions of another living being is doomed to fail. And unwizardly besides. Okay. You received a page describing the secret ingredient spell. Concoct a range of delicacies. Magically prepared food has certain blissful flavors, with which dishes cooked in an ordinary oven simply cannot compete. However, it has long been a belief amongst the non-magical that those who regularly eat food prepared in this way will eventually forfeit their soul. Though this suggestion is almost certainly baseless, the sages agree that it is better to use the spell in moderation. Oh, we got another one. You received the page describing magic lamp. So you know how we were using fireballs before to actually light, like lights? This is actually what you're supposed to use. We were using Fireball as a everyday spell when you're not technically supposed to. But Magic Lamp will actually let us turn on lamps now, which is going to be nice. Bring light to even the darkest nook. The spell brings a warm glow to the dingiest dungeon crevice. Though it burns for only a short time, the magic lamp shines as brightly as the sun itself. Just be sure not to fall into the same trap as many foolish wizards before you. The lamp does not overcome the darkness, and it does not protect you from it. The darkness remains. It is something to be feared. Okay, got it. We also got Pulse. Okay, I believe this is a actual spell, though, like a damaging spell. Unleash a wave of pure energy upon your enemies. The spell allows the caster to unleash a powerful shockwave that will flatten anything in its path. Though a weapon first and foremost, Pulse is surprisingly versatile and can be used to give distant objects a nudge, and for any member of the other purposes besides. Note that it is best to calm one's mind before casting the spell. An excess of anger produces an unpleasant recoil effect. Okay, I think that's the end of them. Thank you, Mr. Rashad, sir. Yeah, thanks, bud.
I am satisfied that you do not lack the determination required. You came here from another world to face Shadar, after all.
You knew? About me being from another world, I mean.
It was your actions that revealed your origins to me. You healed Asta when I could not, which told me you must have helped her soulmate in the other world, and only one who called that world home could have done such a thing.
Wow, so Oliver is from one of the other worlds you told me about, Father. And he was the one who saved me. Yes, it's strange. It feels like I met you in a dream or something.
Oliver, it seems that there are a few things that only one such as yourself can do. You may be able to help our world. You shall have my aid.
Thank you, sir. I won't let you down. I'll beat Shadar. And we will definitely try.
Perhaps, but you will need much training first. Without complete command of the magical arts, you cannot hope to defeat him.
True, we're going to be needing a lot of fights on our hands. And honestly, we're going to be needing a lot stronger than we are now if we want to fight off with Shadar, because Shadar is a hard fight. I'll be honest, I'm going to say something about his fight. It's a three-parter. You fight him once, you fight him twice, you fight him 3 times, back to back. And his last form is where it gets very sketchy, because it's a big fight. It is basically, it's going to be a fight kind of like how we have with the Nightmares, where it's a huge battlefield, but instead of it being in a circle, it's actually going to be a big square, and you actually kind of have to deal with a big, actually no, I think it is a circle still, but it's a really big battlefield. It's bigger than anything we've seen so far. So yeah, we're going to definitely have to be ready for Shadar when we actually do fight off with him, because he's a dangerous foe. And just like Shadar, the White Witch is going to be just the same. The White Witch is going to be strong as well, but much stronger than Shadar. So if we want to be able to fight any of these dangerous foes, we're going to need to train. And thankfully, you can do that throughout just playing the game itself. And you don't have to go, like, fight every familiar to do that. So, with that, let's continue.
The 4 great sages could not overcome the Dark Djinn. For a mere boy to do so will require more than the enthusiasm alone. What are you thinking? He's going to need a cram a shitload of experience under his belt in a heck of a short of time, ain't he? Indeed he is. The kind of experience offered by the trial of the sages. Oliver, you must undertake them.
Trials? Where do I take these trials?
In the north of the desert, at the Temple of Trials.
The Temple of Trials, you mean?
I do. The home of the Supreme Sage. Masters of Familiars, you too have much to learn, Esther. Only those with the Supreme Sage's blessing are permitted to open the doors to the temple. I will accompany you.
Thank you, Father. You'll be great at the trials, Oliver. I know you will.
Thanks, Esther. And thank you, Mr. Rashad, sir. Rashad is now traveling with you. technically he is following us. He isn't actually a playable character. Only Esther, Swain, Oliver, and Marcuson are. You can only use 3 units at a time, though, so you have to swap who you don't want in the top of your list if you want to use characters like Marcuson. And when Marcuson joins, it's very late into the game, so if you really want to use Marcuson, he's basically another Oliver, and he'll definitely be fun to use, but I feel like Swain and Esther are so... like, you're so used to using them to the point where you really don't need to use Marcuson, but we will use them. We'll swap out the characters every episode just so we can use every single one, because honestly, the characters are pretty cool in this game, and not using every single one would be a shame. But let's actually try and tame ourselves a familiar real quick before we actually end this episode off.
This is the first time I've been out of Alma Moon in ages, Oliver.
And you sure do look happy about it.
Esther, the purpose of this journey is to take the trials. You're not wrong, man. This ain't a flipping day trip, you know. Get a moving.
Alright, lead the way.
That's the spirit. Now then, let's... hang on a moment. Did that stand over there just move? It flipping did, man. It's a monster, ain't it? Right then, Ollie boy, since you're going to be fighting with Esther from now on, I'd better teach you some new moves, ain't it? Ready you two?
Yes. Yes, indeed. I am ready for this. Okay, we got ourselves a green buncher and the little Floric guys.
Now you and Esther can fight together, man. Double trouble tidy. Now there's 2 of you, and you can pick who leads when a battle starts by pressing LB or RB. And why don't you give it a go? Go on, pick Esther.
And like that, you can just go like this. Okay, so we'll use Esther for now, just so we can actually learn how to use her.
Now Esther's in charge instead, see? She's what's called the leader now. And the leader can boss everybody around. See the tactics command down by there.
Yes, I do. And tactics, you want to make sure you set them correctly, because if you don't, your units are going to end up getting themselves knocked out. And that's not something you want.
Pick it and you can tell all your buddies what to do and what you want them to do. Easy peasy. And change leaders mid-battle, just press LB, followed by a little tap of the old up button and a down button. Now get out there and enjoy being a gruesome twosome.
And let's actually set up the... oh, he actually casts a spell immediately, so that's something your units will do if you don't set them not to do stuff like that. Okay, let's see your tactics. We actually want him to... let's see here. I'm trying to think of what we want. Honestly, the best thing for us to do here is just say keep us healthy. And then have him on give it your all. And then, let's see here. I feel like them attacking the same target is usually the smartest. But, yeah, attack the leader's target for now. I think that would be a good idea. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's actually start dealing with our enemies here. So, let's start dealing with this green buncher here, since the green buncher is actually a dangerous thing. Okay, actually, I'm gonna pull Oliver out of there, since Oliver's kind of getting himself killed here, isn't he? So let's just do a couple fireballs on the green buncher here, since this thing actually does some damage. Okay, smack him, please, thank you. Okay, perfect. Okay, now that he's actually out of the way, let's actually start helping Esther out here, because the green buncher is the actual dangerous enemy here, and not the actual, other characters. I hope she's actually gonna... I don't know what she's doing, actually. Okay, I did set her... okay, her tactics aren't actually helping us here. Don't use abilities, I guess. I guess we'll just change it when we need it, for the time being. Because, yeah, we really don't need her to just spam her Chirpy Tune ability, because that's not going to help her. But I don't know why she's not just using her... yeah, there we go. There you go, now you're using your Drongo. That's a lot smarter than doing it the other way. And I believe we... no, we actually don't get her, first familiar. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I remember. You don't get your first familiar yet. You get your first familiar after the Temple of the Sages. I forgot about that. Oops, so... well, we did that, I guess. So it taught us how to use Esther. So either way, it was still worth it.
Fine work, Oliver. Your magical abilities are indeed impressive. As is your report with your familiar... as is your report with your familiar daughter.
I do my best. You know, Oliver, I'd love to try fighting with your familiar sometime.
Huh? You can do that. Yes, you can, actually.
Of course, all you need to do is switch your familiars around. Just select friends and familiars from the main menu. Trust me, it's really easy. Select a familiar and press X, and then choose where you want it to go. Do that and we can swap familiars.
Gee, that's pretty neat. I had no idea.
Yes, you can control my Drongo as well, if you like, Oliver. In fact, everybody has a type of familiar that they get on especially well with. Use a type of familiar that's right for you, and their performance will be that much better. You can check what types of familiars you get along with by selecting friends and familiars from the main menu.
That voice is so hard to do. I haven't done that voice in so long. Okay.
Right, enough of chit-chat with you two. We need to get to the Temple of Trials, ain't it? Indeed. It is located in the northeast of the Shimmering Sands. I suggest we head there immediately.
Alright. And with that, we actually will be ending this episode here. And with a small little sneak peek at one of my favorite little units, that little guy over in the north over there. I can't get too close to him because he's actually going to chase me down. But that guy is called a Turbandit. And we actually used one of those in the original series. I believe he was actually Little Spook, I think. I actually think that was actually who Little Spook was. I think Might was someone else entirely. And I don't remember what we named him. But I think he was actually the real unit. But he's a really good unit. He's going to be a wizard-like ally. Kind of like Ivern is. But he's going to be useful to have once we actually have the ability to actually get ourselves some familiars. But with that, thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'll see you all in the next episode. Keep being spooky. And by the next episode, we will be doing the Temple of Trials. And we'll probably be finally getting ourselves some new familiars. And we'll definitely be using some new ones, because I want to use some new stuff. I don't want to use Julian the entire series, because although Julian did end up getting swapped out, I want to use some new stuff. I want to use a whole new cast of familiars. We'll still use, Groot. We'll still use Ivern. We'll still use, our Little Spook. And we'll still use, their starting familiar, but everything else is going to be completely different. I think, I'll still end up getting, the big dragon guy. He's actually in this area, but he's up on one of these hills that we can't actually get to. And he's actually going to be a really good unit to have. Wait, what the heck? I've never seen birds flying in the air before. That's actually the first time I've seen that. But with that, we'll actually be ending this episode here, as I said. So keep being spooky, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out. Hey boys and girls, thank you all for watching today's episode. If you liked what you saw today, please leave a like and maybe even subscribe. And hit the bell notification down below. If you guys have any kind of suggestions for games, please put that in the comments down below as well. Thank you all for watching today's episode, and keep being spooky. Peace out, guys.